звучит гимн студенчества. Please stand for the international anthem of student community. Добрый день, уважаемые любители футбола. Мы рады приветствовать вас на матче первого межконтинентального турнира на встрече чемпионата мира 2018 в рамках 19-го Всемирного фестиваля молодежи и студентов. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first Intercontinental tournament, Meet the World Cup 2018, in the framework of 19th World Festival of Youth and Students. Сегодня в матче встречаются команды сборная Международного студенческого футбольного союза, сборная Африки. Today is a match between ISFU and Team Africa. Представляем вашему вниманию составы играющих команд. Let us introduce the lineup of playing teams. Команда ISFU. T-shirt orange, socks orange. Номер 25, Владислав Шека. Номер 5, Артур Фаткиев. Номер 15, Данил Данилченко. Номер 20, Абдулфетов Абдикеримов. Номер 16, Евгений Северухин. Номер 23, Станислав Басалай. Номер 9, Александр Грачев. Номер 11, Артем Петров. Номер 19, Павел Пястолов. Номер 12, Артур Чаус. Номер 3, Вячеслав Опресняк.
Dear football fans, we welcome you first nation football tournament, second match day. Now there contain two teams of ISFU and the team of Africa. During the previous days, team ISFU scored 1 goal, and team of Africa scored. And today we're gonna know which team gonna go to the final, and now we think that we suppose that the team of Europe will fight for the first place and team of Asia will fight for the 5th place. And today, by the end of the day, we will know the full lists of comments. And today is a playoff game. So on the left side of the field, we can see a team in orange shorts, in orange t-shirts. It's the team of in ISFU, and here's the list of players. The number 25th is Vladislav Sheka. The 5th number Artur Faktiev. 15 Danil Dalinchenko. 20 Abdulfeta Aberhimov. 16th Evgeny Severukhin. The 23rd number Stanislav Basalai. The 9th number Alexander Grachov. 11th number Artyom Vikhrov. 19th Pavel Pestolov. The 12th number Artur Chaus. The 3rd number Mstislav Opusnyak. The 17th Kristaps Viskers. The 2nd number Evgeny Chaus. The 21st number Sergei Sommer, and 24th number Sergei Kiryak, and 10th number Suimbaev Sultan. Team of Africa is representative by these players. The 21st number Fred, the 10th number Konsacho, 7th number Durazani Daniel, the 15th number Luke, the 8th number Moses Auni, the 14th number Ahmed Wahab, the 6th number Wilfried, the 24th number Sanago, and the 19th Mane Boateng, the first number Nikolai Rusko, he's on the goal, and the second number Diane. And now we can see the very hard play in the goals. Mstislav Prusnik hasn't showed the best score, but the pass was really very good. And the first play of the ISFU team wasn't that good. They lost with the scores 0-1. But today they have an opportunity to show what they can. So it will be a very interesting match. Almost all players of ISFU team are representatives of Russia, and only one player is from the team of Belarus. The substitutive players in team ISFU are Kristaps Viskers, Evgeny Sergei Sommer, Sergei Kryak, and Suinbaev Sultan. Speaking about the African team, we can tell that there are representatives of several African countries on the field. For example, Ghana, Mali, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Cameroon, and etc. The main judge of the tournament is Copley, and his assistant, Irina Filimonova. Rusko will hit on the goals. Team Africa last day was struggled for the place in the final. But unfortunately, they couldn't keep the ball in their players. And the only of their goal they was scored. Well, the ball was near the the crossbar. There's no. There was several outs during the game, and it's obvious that it's not enough space for the players. Um, and Pavel Pestov made an attack. One more pass, and it was a very dangerous moment. It's fun how African team lets the ball go into their half of the field, but the team of ISFU didn't succeed because of several mistakes they made. One more pass and shot from a goal. And now Nikola Rusko will shot at goal. For that moment, the team of NSFL looks the most powerful team on this match, but it can change anytime. So we're gonna watch next matches and look what gonna be and what team gonna win. During the previous match day, we saw the play of Team America. They have very interesting team players. Now there's a yellow card in the hands of Maxim Kaplin. And the 8 number of Boyan gets this card. There are doctors on the field. We suppose that there wasn't a severe injury there, but we're gonna wait a little bit and understand what's gonna be next. On the 20th minute of the match, there is a pause. The second player was Curl.
Предупреждение в составе сборной Африки получил номер 8 Мозес Ауни.
All necessary help was caused to the player.
Yellow card was received by number 8 Moses Auni, Team Africa.
Shot at a goal, and the game continues.
Артур, давай! Артур! Артур, собраться! Артур! Собраться надо!
It is obvious that all participants would like to play, so each coach has to make substitutes to give this opportunity to all players. On the 13th minute, after watch of the football, we can assume that the play on defense of the team is not that good, so it can cause a lot of dangerous moments. There was a fascinating help of ISFU player. When the goalkeeper missed the ball, he just ran straight to the goals and kept the ball. So it was really very, very cool. It was the 5th number of TF, and we really appreciate that play.
Кане! Кане!
Remind you that it's a playoff game and tournament is right. So from minute to minute, this game becomes more and more interesting. We're gonna watch what the other players will do. There, it was a hit.
Красавец! Давай! Давай сразу!
So the ball left the field.
Молодец!
Most of the game time, the ball is on the air. A very powerful kick of the left side, but it was higher than Gates. So during the game there will be several numbers of substitution. Their number isn't limited. The kick was blocked. And speaking about the gameplay time, it's 2 times, 35 minutes each.
Команде МСФС замена. В поле покидает номер 3 Всеслав Опресняк. На поле выходит номер 22 Богдан Гоменюк. Substitution for team ISFU. Number 3 Всеслав Опресняк. Go off the pitch.
There is a substitution for team ISFU.
Comes on the pitch.
Second number. There's a pause in the game because the African player Luke, his hands are on his head. Suppose that he was hurt. And now the game continues. It's the middle of the first time, and we can assume some results. We can see that the African team is playing better than team ISFU. And there was a hit for the crossbar made by African team. The player of ISFU, Rachov, get his ball from his partner, but he immediately lost it. And during the timeout, we will ask what's gonna happen in case of a draw. Because now it isn't clear which team gonna win or if there will be a winner of this match. Speaking about yellow cards, there's no yellow cards during the first time of ISFU team, and there's one card of the African team. So there's a play for third place game, third place match. And there are a lot of dangerous moments and attacks, struggles. A kick from a goal. And now there is a very good attack made by African team. And we can see that goalkeeper actually very good. And most of the game he doesn't leave the whole area. And we suppose that it's a right decision. Because during the game there wasn't so many dangerous moments, which demands his presence on the field. Oh, it was a little bit rude, played by Juradani from Nigeria. So it was Fred. His play is very rapid. There are two players of ISFU team near the ball, Artem Vikhrov and now we saw a very big mistake of a goalkeeper. He left the goals. So on the 30th minute, there is a first ball scored by team ISFU. We remind you that the goalkeeper of African team is Nikolai Rusko. He is the only player of Russia that is part of African team, and now he made a really big mistake. So the 13th minute, 30-minute, score 1-0 leads team ISFU. We remind you that ISFU is International Student Football Union, and most of representatives of this team are from Russia. So now we are on the first Intercontinental football tournament in a framework of 19th Festival of Youth and Students in Sochi. The weather is pretty good today. It's even warm and no wind. So it's very comfortable to play today. There are a lot of substitutions in Team Africa, and some players aren't written in the list. We hope that the goalkeeper's previous mistake won't bother him to play today. And there was one more attempt to play the ball, to make a goal. Rusko was played with using his fists, and it was the right decision because it was impossible to catch the ball at that moment. And there's out position for team ISFU. Soon there will be end of the first time of the game. And Alexander Grachov leads his team for the first position, but the African players play very good, and their play is really very breathtaking. So there was first quarrel between Moses Auni and Stanislav Vasilai. And we remind you that Moses Auni already had a yellow card. So if Moses will go this way, we suppose that he won't be in the end of the game. And there's a substitution for African team number 19. It's Omar Bota, and the substitution for number 16. It's the main Mubika.
К основному времени первого тайма добавлена 1 минута. Additional time is 1 minute.
It was not very good kick of the ball. Referees today didn't give some additional time, and they didn't do it during the previous match day. There's no offside there, so the players need to play. And the first time ends up, and the scores are 1-0. Leads team ISFU, International Student Football Union. And there's a little break, and in 10 or 15 minutes we will continue.
Сам 5-го, 24-го буду в Горизях, на вокзале, 25-го на работу. Мигрант крепко вас обнимает, всегда на связи.
Here we go again, and everybody are ready for playing the second time. So the scores are 1-0. Leads team of ISFU, and the goal was made by Galagruchov. So we can see the result of first time on the table. So we're watching for the substitution. So speaking about the draw, we forgot about skipped and scored goals. So in case of a draw, because we think that both teams play equally fine.
В перерыве в составе сборной МСФС произошла замена. Поле покинул номер 12 Артур Чаус. На поле вышел номер 21 Сергей Сомер.
So in case of a draw, the team of ISFU will play for the third place because they had more balls kicked. But it's only a case of a draw, and if one of the teams will play, it will be in a match for the third place. The team that will lose today will play with the team of Asia. So there wasn't substitutions for goalkeepers. They stayed the same. So Moses Ane still plays on the field because he had but he had a yellow card, and the main referee hadn't delayed this player. Even when Moses only had the second yellow card, he's still playing. So everything goes fine, and there was successful play around the goals. So here are players of African team. Number 21 Fred, number 10 Konsajo, number 7 Durodani Daniel, 15 Luke, 8 number Moses Auni, 14 number Ahmed Wahab, 6 number Wilfred, 24 number Sanogo, and 19 number Oman Boateng, the first number Nicola Rusko, and the second number Diane. So here goes Aloti, and Giordani goes off of the field. So there is a substitution for Team Africa, and one more player is on the field. It's number 4, Abeso Obonu. So he kicked the ball with his hand, and the ball is out of the field. So now we're talking about ISFU team. The 25th number is Vladislav Sheka, the 5th number Artur Faktiv, 15 number Daniil Danchenko, number 20 Abdul Feta Abirkimov, 16th number Evgeny Sevruhin, number 23 Stanislav Basalai, number 9 Alexander Grachov. Remind you that this is the player who scored the goal for ISFU team, and the team of ISFU. 11 number Artyom Vikhrov, 19th number Pavel Pestolov, 12 number Artur Kaus, and 3rd number Mstislav Krusniak. So there was a very dangerous moment during the game. And there was a mistake made by an African player. So we can fantasize a little bit, and for Team Africa to go to the next game to fight for the 3rd place, they have to score 3 balls. So Sergei Zomberg is ready for substitution in ISFU team. It's an Estonian player.
Number 21, Sergei Sommer. Go off the pitch. Number 24, Sergei Kiryak comes on the pitch.
So the 24 number is in. It's Sergei Kiryak. The substitution aren't organized as well as it's supposed to be, so it's really hard to assume all of them. So there wasn't pass on the left. There's no playoff game. Remind you that for Team Africa there was an opportunity to hit the ball, but they made several number of mistakes and they didn't get this opportunity. So we're waiting for next moments. The game is really fast, and so the ball. Right now, the ball is on the fence, and some people try to get this ball. It's stuck there, so I think there will be one more ball put in a play. So the ball was put in a play. The the second ball went out of the field. It is on the Formula One road. Pause was a little bit long. So now the game continues. Now there are two balls on the field, one on the goalkeeper and Timiambika tries to kick the ball, but his kick wasn't that accurate. There was a dangerous moment, and recently substituted player lost the ball from his leg. There is a very good attempt to score the ball, but it wasn't successful. We remind you that all the players aren't in professional league. They are representative of students communities, so that crowded areas aren't something unusual for this play. And speaking about continental teams, not players speak the same language, so sometimes it makes it difficult to communicate between the members of teams. Well, there was attempt to score the goal, and usually such attempts end a goal only by accident. So there was a little bit dangerous moment. there is substitution for Team Africa. The 10, 10 number left the field. It's
Substitution for Team Africa. Number 10,
it's
Konesato. Go
Conesaggio.
off the pitch. Number 17, Gomez Delio comes on the pitch.
So the 17 number is in. It's Gomez Delio. There are a lot of high players in Team Africa. And sometimes their height bothers them to play. But we're gonna see what will be next. So now the ball is an African. All the game ball is bouncing. Really high ball. So we remind you that teams play 2 times, 35 minutes in each. And now it's the second part of the game. And now it's a corner hit. There was a very good pass. But the player of ISFU kicked the ball with the head. And there was the goal. Delio Gomez recently has made an attack, and he kicked the ball with his left hand, but it was too high, and it flew out of the field.
Substitution for Team Africa. Number 24, Sanogo, left the field.
An excellent pass.
Number 5, Disao Sheikh, comes on the pitch.
So there are a lot of small and not that small faults during the game. And there's the second yellow card addressed to some African players. Probably it was the number 20. So Team Africa has already has 2 yellow cards. And now there is some substitution for number 8 of Team Africa. It's Moses Oni. He left the field, and instead him, there's another player.
Футболку Сочи. Какой размер?
We remind that for Team Africa, the only way to the match for the third place is to kick 3 balls. Everything is possible, but time is going, and each minute passed, the opportunity to get to the final for Team Africa is fading away. So the ball's on the field. And soon there will be a match for the second place between teams of ISFU and teams America. There was a good pass from the left side, and all players looked very concentrated. And during this game, the ball is rebounding all the time, and sometimes it makes people really hard to play. There was a really good kick, but still no goal. So there was about 2 meters between the ball and the goal, but still it looks really dangerous. There was a pressing and ball out of the field. Next wave of substitution is coming. So the representative of Libya is leaving the field. We can see that all the players are always in a movement, are always moving. There's no people standing on the field. There's no offside, so the ISFU team scored one more goal. And this ball is scored by Artyom Vikhrov, and the scores are 2-0. Leads team ISFU, International Student Football Union. Two forward do their best to hit the ball, and they succeed.
Goal for Team ISFU was scored by number 11, Артем Викров. Счет матча 2-0 в пользу МСФС. Team ISFU leads 2-0.
So all that African team can do is try to score the ball to make the situation better. Now there is another substitution for Team ISFU. There is number 2 in the field. It's Evgeny Shaus. And Yuri Krasnojan continues to make the substitutions. The second part of the game isn't that fast. There are a huge number of substitutions, which makes the game slow down. And as soon as this play ends, they begin playoff games, and we're gonna know the pairs of teams we're gonna play. Now the ball is on a goalkeeper. And in 2 days, Team of Africa will play the game for the 5th place.
Сборная Африки замена. Вместо номера 12 Давуда на поле выходит номер 11 Мохаммед. Substitution for Team Africa. Number 12.
There's a one more substitution for Team Africa.
Number 11.
We suppose that all the players were changed by Team Africa. And there's an opportunity that players who already left the field may come to the field, come to the play again. It's really little chance, but it still exists. It's really pity for Team Africa, because today they are playing better than yesterday, and they really do their best. But there are still some problems which bother them to score goals and to take place in the third place game. One more substitution for Team Africa.
Close of the pitch. Number 22, Monsi Ada.
Number 22 is on the field. So we remind you that all the players of Continental team, most of them see each other for the first time. Well, or on the second. The first time was in training, and the second time is on the field. So it is really hard for them to play because they don't know each other well, and not all of them speak the same language. So it caused a lot of problems for coaches and for players to connect to each other, and it makes the game a little bit harder. You saw one more attack made by Team Africa, and almost all attacks during this game was made like this. So passes are not that accurate. So the fourth number of Team Africa who went to the field on the first during the second part of the game doesn't hit the ball that accurate. So there are still a lot of mistakes of playing. Ball in game. Team Africa holds the ball. And there's a corner kick. For Team Africa. Players play the ball. There was a very good kick right now, and it was made by Luke. But the ball isn't in the goal still. Probably the players are tired to pull the ball into the air.
А еще кто есть болельщики? Смотрите, вот сюда в первый ряд садитесь. Вот сюда в первый ряд. Вот сюда в первый ряд.
So there was a very good pass, and there will be another attempt, which was given by the main referee, Anton Kaplin. Probably it's the last attack made by ISFU team. The time of second time is the second part of the game ended up. The ending of the meeting is mainly consists of attacks made by ISFU team. In the beginning of the game, chances of ISFU team wasn't that high, but still they scored 2 goals, and that gives them the chance to play third place game. There's a corner kick. There was no teams on the right half of the field of Team Africa. It's a really high ball. And a short pass on the right. It wasn't dangerous at all. And probably after that attack, there will be a main referee's whistle. So there's a referee's whistle, and the game ended up with the scores 2-0, and team of ISFU, International Student Football Union, won. Thank you all for watching the match. And to remind you that on Friday there will be a match for fifth place match between teams between teams Asia and one more team. One more time, thank you for the watching. We hope that you enjoy the game. Thank you very much. See you soon.